Sir, welcome to the session, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Participants, we shall continue with the next session. Our resource person, Manikandan sir and Dhanraj sir will be joining. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank
Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes,
In
sir,
this
you're audible.
yes, ma'am. Thank you. In this session, we are going to look about the AR VR development toolkit, like what kind of the development we are it is there in the market. So let us list out. Uh, yes, as given the title, we are going to look about the AR Core, AR Kit, EasyAR, Spark AR, Google VR, and AFRAM. There are so many development kit in the market, but those are the whatever today we are going to look. These are the major development toolkit. So it will be very useful for AR and VR. AR is nothing but augmented reality, and VR is a virtual reality. Already we have seen so many sessions in the samples and video. So in this session, we are going to look only about the development toolkit. What are the toolkit we are going to use it? Okay, let me go slide one by one. Okay, first, before going to yeah, development kit, let me introduce about the AR and VR. AR is nothing but it's a augmented reality technology. Augmented reality describes user experience that add 2D or 3D element to live view from a device camera in the way that makes those element appears in habit in the real world. So already, if you have any experience in the Pokemon game or any augmented reality game, already you have felt that experience. Using mobile, you can use augmented reality. The main thing is the mobile has to be supported in augmented reality features. The normal mobile, it won't support augmented reality. While buying the mobile itself, like while buying, what we have to do is, will it support 2G, 3G, 4G, like that? We have to check that the mobile, is it supporting a augmented reality mobile. So if it is augmented reality mobile, it will run all the augmented reality applications. So the next one is virtual reality. Virtual reality is use for use of computer technology to simulate environment where users can explore your virtual reality. Unlike traditional user interface, VR places the user inside an experience. Instead of viewing a screen in front of them, users are immersed and able to interact with the 3D world. So in the 3D, I mean 360-degree video, or if you want to explore any 3D model, what we have to do is, we have to explore in the front of the camera. We can see only, even though it is a 3D, you can see the data in the monitor. But in virtual reality, you can immerse in the virtual reality. I mean, you can immerse yourself. So you can feel that you are in the virtual. You can interact and you can watch movie in the virtual reality. So I hope everybody can understand what is virtual reality and augmented reality. Let me tell you one more thing is mixed reality. Mixed reality is nothing but it's a combination of augmented reality and virtual reality. In augmented reality, it will run only in the mobile. It won't support any other device. Even in augmented reality, you can watch the outside the real world, and you can see inside the data you can see in the mobile. But in virtual reality, you can't see anything in the outside world. You will be immersed in the virtual environment. So the mixed reality is a combination of augmented reality and virtual reality. You can see outside the world as well as virtual world. It's a combination that is called MR, mixed reality. So as I said in the early, today we are going to see about the development toolkit. So what are the development toolkit? It's there in the market. So let us go one by one. Without this development kit, you can't develop AR or VR applications. You can use any engine like Unreal, Unity. You can use any engine, Unreal, Unity, or Away 3D, any game engine you can use it. But even though if you are using game engine, you need a development kit to support AR and VR applications. AR development toolkit are used for creating AR-based application in the industry. There have lot of development toolkit. Below are the list of AR development kit. As I said earlier, there are a lot of development kit in the market. So in the list, whatever we have listed here, these are the major development kit for the AR and VR. Please make a note down because it may use if you are going to develop any AR and VR based application. You no need to surf on the Google. Just right away you can take it from here. You can use it your application because these are the major SDK in the industry. So let's go one by one. Vuforia, I think yesterday afternoon session we have gone through about the Vuforia SDK. So Vuforia comes under the PTC. So Vuforia, Wikitude, ARKit, AR Core, Max, ST, Easy AR, Kuran, AR Toolkit, Spark AR. So these are the major SDKs. Virtual development toolkit. Virtual development SDK are used for creating VR based application. In the industry, there have different type of SDK available. Below are the list of VR development SDK: Oculus SDK, Steam VR, Google VR, and Open VR. Oculus VR it supports only Oculus device. Suppose if you are buying or you are developing any VR based application for Oculus device, you need Oculus SDK comes under the Facebook. In future, the Facebook, the charting and everything, it comes in virtual world. So if you are, I hope everybody are using the Facebook. Now you are doing only charting, voice charting or text charting. In future you may do the virtual charting. To do that, you need Oculus because Oculus Facebook's brought the Oculus device, Oculus company, so you need that device. Steam VR is for HTC Vive. Suppose you are going to use HTC device. If you are using Oculus device, you need Oculus SDK. Suppose if you are going to use HTC Vive, I mean HTC company device, you need Steam VR. Using this Steam VR, you can develop application. Even though if you are developing or you are going to use that device, whatever it is, you need Steam VR. This SDK will support for development as well as to run the application. I mean, it's a connectivity of hardware and your applications. So these SDKs are very important. Google VR and Open VR. Open VR, it supports both. Everything, it's universal, common. Let me go to next slide. Okay, let's go one by one. First, let us go through about the ARKit. As I said yesterday, ARKit combined device motion tracking, camera sense capture, advanced scene processing, and display convenience to simplify tasks of building AR and AR experience. You can create many kind of AR experience with this technology using the front or rear camera of iOS device. For using this AR kit, you can use any camera, like you can use front camera or rear camera. You can use any camera using your programming. You can switch on your camera and you can access which camera you want to support. Just a minute. Hello. Madam, sorry. See, as I said this, you using ARKit, you can switch the camera. Suppose if you want to use the front camera, or suppose if you want to use the rear camera, using the your programming, I mean C# programming, you can switch the camera and you can use the this ARKit. Can you see the right side of the image? The girl is scanning the using the rear camera, and actually in the front of her there is only one building, but in her mobile you can see the players are playing around. So using this is a small game. So if you have that ties, you can use this AR application and you can start play. Just please, if I think most of them doesn't have experience in AR, no, correct. So just if you want to feel how it works and everything, please kindly imagine, put your imagination and feel yourself how it will be work. So put your creativity and just imagine yourself. I will show you some videos in the end of this ARKit, so you can easily make it over it. Yes, you may know this toolkit for augmented reality development was created and launched specially for creating mobile software for iOS platform by Apple. See, this AR toolkit is developed by Apple. This is supported only for Apple device. It's specially designed for Apple platform. It supports only iOS. This means you can create apps only for iPhone and iPads with this SDK. So it may be your best augmented reality SDK if you aim to make AR exclusive for this device. So suppose if you are going to develop there are common SDKs. There are so many common SDKs. Suppose if you are going to develop only specifically you are going to develop for Apple. So I personally recommend you can use ARKit. I'm not recommend any other SDK. Suppose if you are going to develop for iOS, because this ARKit is designed by Apple, so it will be support perfectly for So this is my humble request. If suppose we are using any AR application for iPhone, okay. See, for example, suppose if we want to use suppose your application should be platform independent. As I showed yesterday, you want to switch over your platform from Android to iOS or iOS to Android. I strongly recommend for AR Foundation, so you can use for Android as well as iOS. So suppose you going to use only for iPhone, I strongly recommend for ARKit. Okay. Let us go to next slide. Okay, now we are going to look about the compatibility. ARKit is compatible only with Apple iOS platform. As I said earlier, it supports only the Apple iOS platform. Required iOS 11 or newer, it supports only 11. More than it supports only more than 11. If it is iOS 10 or 9, 8, it doesn't support. So it's a the minimum requirement is 11. So make sure while using the AR application you need iOS 11. Required ARKit support iOS device. So for example, if you are using old mobile, suppose if you have iOS 6, suppose we are going to, if we have iPhone 6, definitely it won't support, because the iPhone 6 doesn't support AR applications. So if you want to use AR application, or if you want to play any AR game, the mobile should be supported by AR features. So for example, even though if you have iPhone 6, it won't support. So make sure while buying the mobile, make sure that the mobile is it support AR. For example, you are buying the mobile when Jio release, you used to check will it support VoLTE. Otherwise, that SIM card it won't support. Like that, if you are developing AR application, you have to check that is it mobile support AR features. Otherwise, the application it won't run. Let's take a look at the main features. Let us go through the main feature of ARKit, 2D image detection and tracking. Yes, you can see the right side of the you can see the right side image, the second image. So it's scanning, it's detecting the image and tracking. So yesterday I have showed some sample of the image detection and tracking. So it will detect the image and it used to track, and you can place any 3D model on the image. Even AR Toolkit, it supports space and 3D object recognition. It will recognize 3D object. It will recognize the space. Yesterday we have seen ground panel, and we have gone through the 3D object recognition. Correct. So the AR kit also it will support. Yesterday we got. I hope everybody can remember that yesterday we have seen the Vuforia ground panel and 3D object recognition. Same thing AR kit it will support. So what is the difference between Vuforia and AR kit? Vuforia it will support Vuforia will support Android and iOS, but AR kit it will support only iOS. But it will be faster than Vuforia, because if you are using in iPhone, because it's developed by Apple, so interaction will be fast and more, because both of them comes both of the device and SDK comes under the same company, so the compatibility will be high. So I strongly recommend ARKit for iPhone. Just a minute, let me have out. Sharing the AR experience with other user, which allows creating multiplayer AR game. Suppose if you want to play multiplayer AR game, let me show you. See in this right side of the image, he is playing alone. Correct. Even PUBG, like PUBG, the multiplayer game is possible in AR also. So you can share your experience with multiple users, like PUBG. In PUBG, you are using only the mobile screen. Why I'm telling the PUBG is I think most of them has explored about the PUBG. That's why I'm repeating that game. So there are so many games available in the market. In the last slide, I will show the demo. Just I want to explore this. So horizontal plan detection. So horizontal plan detection, what it will do is it will scan the floor. Suppose if you want to place any 3D model on the table or on the floor or on the bench, wherever you want to place. See image tracking, it will scan the image. It will place the 3D object on the image. Correct. But in the horizontal plan detection, what it will do is it will scan the plan detection. So for example, if you want to place on the table or on the chair, wherever you want to place, so first it will detect the surface, then it will place the 3D object. Lighting estimation of making virtual object looks more reality. So if you give lightings and all, it will be more, as I showed the car rendering image. It is the high quality card, the real lighting. If you apply, so it look like a real object. Let me in future slide I will show you some demos. You can explore more about what I'm trying to say. So even facial tracking is a possible. Facial tracking, I think most of them has used. For example, when you what is the example? Okay, in face tracking, like if you put lipstick, or if you put any cap or glass, so if you move your face, it will track your face, and it will apply those lipstick or cap or whatever it is. It will apply into your face. If you, even if you are moving your face, it will track your face and it will apply into your face. So these those application has developed in this kind of SDK. Without this SDK's development toolkit, it's not possible. So using so yeah, just a minute. I'm showing the demo from the mobile. So it has detected the surface. Let me show you one more example. Okay. So could you hear my voice? Hello.
So yes, sir, your voice is audible, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Let me share the PPT. So we have gone through two applications. One is measurement. One is a plane detection game. So the plane detection game, what we have done is we have detected the surface. Actually, I have detected my table, so it's detected the table, and I have placed a 3D object. You have seen that green, I mean blue color box. So I have placed one by one on the table. Okay, that is the first sample application. The second one is measurement. In the in the classical, what we have to do is we used to measure. If you want to measure anything, you need the tape, correct? But using this AR kit, you can use mobile to measure the distance, or if you want to measure anything, you can use this applications. Okay, so in the next slide, I will show you in the example we have measured using the point. What I did is I have pressed the starting point and I have pressed the ending point. So I got the measurement between the starting point and the end point. Correct. For that basic that is a basic error. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the another feature of this ladder scanner. Okay, so in this scanner, suppose the first person is standing in front of the this application, it scan the person, it tells the what the person height. In the previous example, you have to give starting point and end point, correct? Then only you will get the measurement. But using this ladder scanner, it will scan the person, it will give the height of the I mean height of the person, so it will scan. So see, AR4 introduced, ARKit 4 introduced a brand new depth API. In the previous API, it won't detect any depth. It will measure only distance, correct? It won't measure any depth. But ARKit 4 introduced a brand new depth API. A brand new depth, I mean depth API is nothing but it will read the depth. Okay, the normal things we have to place the point, but it will read the depth, creating new way to access the detailed depth information gathered by ladder scanner on iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max, and iPad Pro. So it supports only latest version. See, you in this screen, can you see that green circle? That is the ladder scanner. So suppose if you have iPhone Max or iPhone 7, this scanner is not available. This scanner, it will be available only in iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max, and iPad Pro. So those mobile only it will support the ladder scanner. But supporting, see, let me explain about the supporting normal mobile, AR support mobile, and ladder scanner mobile. So normal mobile, it won't support. It support only basic mobile application. It won't support any AR based application. After iPhone 7, it supports AR based applications. Okay. After 12 only it will support ladder scanner AR. I hope everybody can understand about the ladder scanner, difference between ladder scanner and basic AR features, correct? So if you are going to use ladder scanner, you need at least iPhone 12 Pro. So location anchor leverage the higher resolution data in Apple Maps to place the AR experience at the specific point in the world in your iPhone and iPad apps. Just a minute. And support for face tracking extend to all devices with Apple neutral engine and front facing camera, so even more user can experience the joy of AR and in the photo and videos. Okay, so let me show you the sample of the AR kit. This sample is running through ladder scanner, because you have seen about the AR, how AR works, and sample AR application already you have seen that. So in this video we are going to show the ladder scanner demo. This is a new technology. Hope nobody, I think most of them doesn't know about this technology. It's a very new technology. I hope you can understand the difference between basic AR application and a ladder scanner. Let me show you ladder scanner sample. Once you are watch the video, let me explain one more time about this demo. Please watch this video. See, as we have seen the sample, it is measure the photo frame. Okay, even it's scanning the car. See, it's scanning the car and converting into mesh. See, it's scanning. This is real car. It's scanning. It's converting into the mesh. Within minute, it's converted. See. It's almost equal to real car. In the for example, I'm there in this field almost more than 15 years. Suppose if I want to create or design any car, I need at least 1 week or 2 weeks. 2 weeks of time to create this kind of model. Now, in this, I mean, in your generation, I mean, we are all the same generation. Some of the students. So now it's a ready-made. Just 1 minute you can create the 3D model. But when I was in this field, it's a very difficult to create the 3D model. Now, see, just not even 1 minute is created 3D model. It scanned the physical car. See, it comes with height with, can you see 4.8 length? So height, length, so it's measured. The measurement, it will be perfect using the ladder scanner. So now it's scanning the chair. I'm deleting other subject. See, you can't feel the different. See, almost 3D object. The right one is 3D object. The left one is the physical object. Now both are looks like the same. You can't feel the different. This is just new technology. Even though it's a new technology, almost they have matched the features. Maybe in couple of years they may improve the SDK. It will scan. For example, it will scan yourself. You can scan yourself. You can get the 3D model on yourself. Hope it is very interesting. See, in this example, it scanned the 3D model. It's given 3D model in the great wall. Can you see the depth of the wall? See the door depth. So it scanned the depth. Correct. In the normal, I think optical scanner, most of them have know about the optical scanner. What it will do is it will scan the using the optical scan. It will scan the 3D object. It will give the object with the depth using the laser. Correct. Like that. In the LiDAR scanner, it's just mobile. It's not even any external device. It's just mobile. It scanned the 3D object with depth. When combined with the 3D mesh data generated by scene geometry, this depth information make virtual object occlusion even more realistic by enabling instant placement of virtual object and blending them seamlessly with their physical surrounding. Okay, this is the ARKit, future of ARKit. So what we have gone through is what is ARKit and compatibility and future of ARKit, and in ARKit the new feature of LiDAR scanner. So it will support only iPhone 12. So LiDAR scanner, that green color circle, that is a LiDAR scanner. Okay, then we have seen the LiDAR scan demo. I hope air demo already most of them have seen. So just that's why I want to save that time. I omitted that AR demo videos. I came to LiDAR scanner. So next one is AR Core. So as I said, ARKit for Apple, AR Core for Android. Okay, AR Core is a software development kit developed by Google. See, ARKit is developed by Apple, and AR Core is developed by Google. So both of them are competitor. These SDK are the most popular SDK. So these are the most compatible SDK. So if you are going to develop AR application for iPhone, you can choose ARKit. If you are going to use Google Android, you can use AR Core. Suppose if you want to use both, even you can AR Core, it will support both iOS and Google. First, specifically if you are going to use for Google, you can. I'm recommending for AR Core, but it will support both AR Core and AR Core will support Android and iOS. But if you are going to develop only for iOS, please choose ARKit. If you are going for both, choose AR Core or AR Foundation. And other SDK like Vuforia, Wikitour, you can choose whatever your compatibility. AR Core is a software development kit developed by Google that allows for augmented reality application to be built. AR Core use three key technology in integrate virtual content with the real world as seen through your phone camera. 6 degree of freedom allows the phone to understand the track its position related to the world. Environmental understanding allows the phone to detect the size and location of flat horizontal surface like ground or coffee table. So as we have seen the AR kit, it will support the ground panel and the image detection. It will support everything other than LiDAR scanner. So LiDAR scanner it won't support in AR Core. LiDAR scanner it will support only iPhone. Means iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Pro and iPad Pro. So LiDAR scanner it won't support AR Core. Maybe in future even Google may develop any other like LiDAR scanner they may introduce, but right now LiDAR scanner it comes under only Apple. Environmental understanding allows the phone to detect the size and location of the flat horizontal surface like grounded or coffee table. Already we have seen the sample game in the mobile, correct? Light estimation allows the phone to estimate the environment current lighting conditions. Okay, Air Core compatibility. Air Core is compatible with Android and iOS platform. As I said, it supports both Android and iOS platform. Required Android 8.1 or later. See, if you are going to use Air Core, the mobile has to be supported Air feature, as well as the Android OS should be minimum. It should be 8.1 and API should be 27 or later. So below that it won't support, it won't run. So make please note it. Required iOS 11 or newer. To support AR core, we required iOS 11 or newer version. Require AR core and AR kit support Android and iOS device. So it supports both. So let us take a look. So what's the difference between AR core and AR kit? Already we explained. So let us go through the AR core features. Let's take look. 2D image detection and tracking. It will detect the 2D image. It will track, and you can place the 3D object. It will even detect the space and 3D object recognition. Cloud anchor, multi-user, cross-platform experience across both Android and iOS. Suppose you are going to develop any multi-user or cross-platform experience. Your friend, you have iPhone, but your friend have Android. Both of them want to use same application. You can go with AR Core. So even though it is multi-user on different device, so it will support. It will run both device. So augmented facial tracking with you have 468 points 3D face mesh on device without a depth sensor. As I said, it won't support depth sensor, but it will detect your face tracking with 468 points. Like in image, for example, how do we define the image? Like DPI, correct? DPI, and in movie we used to define like a frame rate, pixel per inch, correct? In image like that, facial tracking they're defining for point. It support only 468 points. So version 1.2 latest. This is a latest year core version 1.22.0. This is the latest version. Let us go through what is new in the latest. Correct. This release add new recording and playback API and camera configuration filter API for AR core extension. So you can do the recording. You can see the image, the background image. There is only fence. Like the guy has placed a 3D model on the fence. It may be animated. So even you can do the recording. Correct. You can do the record. You can share the camera and you can do the recording. So this feature it support AR Core 1.22. With the recording and playback API, you can record video and AR data once within the given environment and use that content to place a live camera session for testing purpose. AR Core save record session to MPEG-4 file that contain multiple video tracks and other miscellaneous data on the device. You can then point your app to use this data in place of live camera session. Even other can see the output. Whatever you are saying, even others can see the screen. Okay. This allows you to replay the content to try out different AR effect without having to return of the field. Okay. Let us show AR development demo. AR core.
You can even call on a remote expert to help you find specific parts of the engine right in front of you. Or you can turn a smartphone into the world's quickest and easiest tape measure. One that's always with you. One that doesn't always get lost in your junk drawer just when you need it. Well, within Google Maps, you can take a set of walking directions and you can place navigational aids right where you need them, within the world itself. It's like a set of dynamic road signs placed just for you. You can also create wholly new types of gameplay, like Tendar, a game from TenderClaws, that uses facial expressions and emotions to create a narrative around a virtual object. In this case, it's a guppy that feeds off of human emotion. Can you imagine how crazy this pitch would have sounded even in 2015? But it's totally possible now, and it's really fun. Or you can create the types of scenes previously only possible within the CGI lab within a Hollywood studio, where you can place digital characters.
Yes, this is a nice demo. As he said, it's in 2015 or before 2010. We never imagined that this kind of technology it will come in 2020. So now it's the technology it comes true. See in this first sample. See, can you see this video? He's sharing the ear camera in the background video, but can you see the top pop-up video? This is play pause. This is he's sharing even ear camera. This is this feature only we have seen that latest ear core 1.22. This is the future. Even you can share your ear screen to your friend or the end user. I mean, if you are in multi-user, you can share your screen. I hope you can see because both are in grayscale. You can understand the difference between that screen and this one. Can you see this rectangle? That is the multi-screen sharing screen.
You can even call on a remote expert to help you find specific parts of the engine right in front of you. Or you can turn a smartphone into the world's quickest and easiest tape measure, one that's always with you, one that doesn't always get lost in your junk drawer just when you need it. Well, within Google Maps, you can take a set of walking directions and you can place navigational aids right where you need them.
Even they're using for measurement already. We have seen that this is even here we can use for navigation. Suppose if you are standing in front of any hotel, you want to check the availability of the room and all. Directly it will detect the hotel and it will tell the navigation and even it will tell the availability of the rooms and all.
The world itself. It's like a set of dynamic road signs placed just for you. You can also create wholly new types of gameplay, like Tendar, a game from TenderClaws.
This is a game.
Facial expressions and emotions.
You can put your imagination. You can create any game in augmented reality.
That feeds off of human emotion. Can you imagine how crazy this pitch would have sounded even in 2015? But it's totally possible now, and it's really fun. Or you can create the types of scenes previously only possible within the CGI lab within a Hollywood studio, where you can place.
In this the last example, can you see the shadow? See, the background is the real world. This is the character of the 3D model. The shadow it's matching with a real world and it's giving shadow. This is all a very new technology. Even it's very new to us also. I hope you can understand the difference between the feature of this last one. See, this Gale is the 3D model. Then background is the real physical world. Okay, this shadow is matching with physical world and it's giving the proper shadow. Okay, so this is the background is physical world. This Gale is the 3D model and doing the based on this algorithm, it's giving the proper shadow on the ground. The shadow is not falling on the other place like staircase and all. It's displaying on the it's fall on the floor. This is all the new feature of AR.
AI lab within a Hollywood studio where you can place digital characters.
Okay.
You can even call.
Okay. So what we have seen is first sample we have seen AR kit with the ladder scanner. Then the second one is we have seen second one we have seen AR core for developed by Google with the new features. The third as the development kit is Easy AR. So let us go through Easy AR. What is Easy AR? Easy AR is an augmented reality engine. It provides a flexible data flow oriented component based API. This is component based API. Developer can efficiently create applications which are based on real world space such as AR manual and AR navigation. Visual content deployed on the point cloud map will also be persist in the physical space to connect the virtual world and the physical world. So it will connect the physical world with virtual world. Correct. Easy AR Open Platform SDK means an app development platform owned by VisionStack. So suppose you are going to use Vuforia, you have to pay. You have to pay, then only you can use Vuforia. But Easy AR is an open source. You can use this Easy AR for free. You don't need to pay anything. It will connect virtual world with physical world. It's work as like a Vuforia. So Vuforia is a paid one. Easy AR is a free one. Even it supports point cloud map, physical face. Okay, in next slide I will explain in detail. So Easy AR compatibility. Easy AR is compatible with Windows 7 or above, Mac OS X, Android and iOS platform. So Vuforia, it won't support Windows and Mac OS. Correct. Yesterday what we have seen is Vuforia demo. We have seen Vuforia, it will support Android and iOS. AR core, let me repeat this again, because this is the main important points. That's what I would like to repeat the point. AR kit, it support only iPhone and iPad. Okay. AR core, it supports Android phone and iPhone and iPad. Vuforia, even it supports iPhone and Android. But Easy AR, it supports and it will run Windows 7. I mean, your laptop or your computer, it runs, even it runs Mac OS X. This is the main feature of Easy AR. Suppose if you are going to develop AR application for PC or Mac, so you require Easy AR. If you are going to develop AR application for mobile platform, you can choose AR Kit, AR Core, or Vuforia based on your application requirement. But if you want go for Windows laptop or Mac, you strongly recommended by Easy AR. So main feature of Easy AR is it support PC. Even it requires Android 4.0 or newer. Even it supports very basic of OS of Android. It will run Android 4.0. Even it runs iOS 7. In the AR kit and all, we have seen that it supports more than 11, correct? But Easy AR, it supports from 7 itself. It will support. So required Windows, it supports 32-bit, 64-bit, Mac also 32 bits and 64-bit, Android, AR 7A64, iOS also on 64 device it supports. So you can run your AR application in your device. Suppose if you are using any existing laptop, I mean old version of laptop or PC, you can, if you want to explore about the AR, you can use Easy AR. Let's take a look at its main feature. Multiple 2D image target detection and tracking. It supports multiple 2D image tracking. The previous example we have but this Easy AR, it will support multiple 2D image tracking. It supports SLAM. I will show you the sample example of SLAM. Okay, 3D object tracking, motion tracking, surface tracking, and planar image tracking. As V4A, it supports 3D object tracking, motion tracking, surface tracking, and planar detection, and it will track even ground planar. Okay, main feature is SLAM and multiple 2D image tracker, and you can capture the screen capture and recording also it will support. This is also main feature of this. Okay, but it won't support ladder scanner. Ladder scanners comes under only AR kit. Easy AR introduction. Easy AR 4.0. Easy AR Sense 4.0 brings powerful motion tracking capabilities. You don't need to download any apps to make your app SLAM on your model. Easy AR Sense used connect all things and open new era. Real-time sparse mapping on mobile device, AR content persist and recognize support and multiple map support, multiplayer, even it support multiplayer. Real-time dense mapping on mobile device, no 3D sensor required, collision effect support, occlusion effect support, modeling speed is faster than natural walking. See, can you see the second image? The panda is placed, you can see two panda, correct? Actually this image, it's a room. These two panda is a 3D model. The second one is placed on the mat, so it's not, it has placed on the mat, it's displaying the mat it's work like a Vuforia. But in the first panda, you can see only half of the panda, because the towel, I mean some cloth is hiding, it's hiding behind the towel, correct? So even it's reading the depth. The Easy AR is reading the depth, and it's if you are placing behind the some object, it will read that object. I mean it's a read the depth and it will be display the object, correct? If the same sample, if you are work out in Vuforia, how it will be there is it will load on the cloth. Even the cloth will this panda will be visibly on the cloth. Now it's behind the cloth. It's reading the depth. I mean it's standing on the chair. Okay, this is the main feature of Easy AR. For this, no sensor required. Even if you are using any Oculus device or any other things, you require the sensor. The sensor only, it will sense the depth. Then it will calculate the depth and it will give the result. But Easy AR, it will work without sensor. So without sensor, it will detect the depth and it will show the result. I hope you can understand the difference between the first panda and the second panda. See, the first image is we have placed gift on the table. This is basic AR. This is basic AR. We have placed some gift on the table. It's work like a Vuforia, and even this rainbow is placed in the room. But in this example, the second image and first panda is it's reading depth. It has placed on the chair. sorry, it should be here. My bad. The title should be easier, but video should it is easier. Please make this is easier video. See, in this example, you can see the multiple image. It's scanning the multiple image and it's placed in 3D model. See the multiple image it support. It's not a single image, it's a multiple image. See, whenever the guy is placing the image one by one, it's reading the multiple image, it's loading 3D object. This is object tracking. See, this is 360-degree object tracking. See, the object is tracking 360-degree. Hope you can hear my voice. This is a 360-degree. Sorry, this is a 360-degree object tracking, not object tracking. I hope you can understand the object tracking and 360-degree object tracking. The object tracking is nothing but it will track the object. It will it will load the object on the particular. I mean, you can load any call out or anything on the object. But 360 object tracking, it will track the 360 and it will scan the 360-degree. See, in the morning session, we have discussed about the solar system. In the solar system, as I said in the example, now we are seeing the solar system on the table through mobile. But if it is in VR, you can stand. I mean, you can immerse yourself inside the solar system. You can feel that. Okay. Next one is Spark AR. This is another development kit. So AR kit and AR core and easy AR foundation and V4 AR. Yeah, most of them all everybody is supporting the same features. Okay, very a little bit difference. So let us go through quickly. Due to time constraint, I have so many slides. So because Spark AR is doesn't have any new feature. It's work as like a AR kit and AR core. Let me tell the some key feature of the Spark AR. Okay, it's a powerful AR software. Spark AR Studio is a powerful AR software, and people using the Facebook family of the app and the device. And easy to use. They provide a lot of template, and suppose if you don't have any experience in Unity or any game engine, you want to use ready-made template, this is a strongly recommended AR development toolkit for freshers. And Facebook and Instagram, they are using Spark AR only. I hope most of them are using Facebook and Instagram AR applications to read the face. It's for that development kit they used Spark AR. So I hope next time you are going through the Facebook and Instagram face camera, please remember that it has developed in Spark AR. So you relate my point with while using your the Facebook and the Instagram. Kindly relate my point while using the app. Okay, that is the main feature of Spark AR. So you can see yes, I said the yearly session. You can Facebook, while using the Facebook, you can place your glass and animated face and bomb box skeleton animation, whatever it is there. It's developed in Spark AR. This screenshot is taken from Facebook. So next time if you want to try, just try how they have developed and how you can implement. I think you can develop better than these features. Just put your imagination and just try to apply the features. Spark AR applies works with the Mac app Spark AR Studio, which lets you create advanced effect with augmented reality for Facebook camera. Okay, Facebook camera, it's developed in Spark AR. Say, let's take a look on its main feature. Use visual programming to easily add interactive animate object and build logic into your effect. You can even make texture and material to use your scene. So you no need to write the coding. For example, if you are not a computer student, or if you don't know about the programming, if you want to develop any AR application, this is a strongly recommend to use that. This means Spark AR is the strongly recommend to use non-programmer. So it's a visual programming. Just you don't need to write any coding. Just you can use visual programming. You can make use of the application. Add your own sound files and 3D object. Browse Facebook free library. Facebook as providing free library. There are a lot of 3D assets are available in Facebook. You can just import the 3D model, and you can use Google Sketch Sketchfab and all. So you can use. It's everything is free. Spark AR Hub helps you publish and manage and understand your AR effect performance across Facebook and Instagram. Whatever you are developing the application in using Spark AR, directly you can publish into Facebook and Instagram. Okay, this is the main feature of Spark AR. Create a head turning experience by using best-in-class face tracking to produce more accurate interaction and realistic effect. It even synchronization effect will be good, and it will move your model. For example, the second image, look finger, hand. Look at hand. So whenever she moves her hand, it will synchronize with her hand, and it will give the effects. Synchronize. It supports the synchronized effect. Okay, the face detecting and face tracking, it will detect the face and it will track the face. If you move face and left and right, it will the 3D, that beard and other hair model, it will be placed on your face. Whenever you are moving your face, it will track your face, then it will be apply the objects on your face. The second one is synchronized effect. It sorry, let me have a drink. Synchronize effect with movement. Whenever you are moving your hand, so it will synchronize with your hand. It will be display the result. Let me show you Spark AR demo.
I'm going to show you how to get started making Instagram filters in Spark AR and make a face tattoo filter in minutes. Spark AR is what all Instagram and Messenger filters are made in. Now it's free and available to everyone. To get started, you just need to download it from their website and you're good to go. When you open it up, it looks like this. You can click on any of these to test some existing built effects that they've made, but we're going to create a new project. Here we can see a test face where we can simulate our filter live. There's also a few more options if you go over to our camera icon over here and select the other faces. This is so you can test out different skin tones, different hair, and even beards. But let's click on this FaceTime HD camera up here, which is my webcam. Now I can test the filters live on myself. Over here is our scene panel, and down here is where we're going to keep our assets. If we click on this add object button, we can start to add stuff to our scene. There's lots of things we can do here, but for our effect, all we need is the face mesh. So let's select insert, and now we've got a real-time reactive mesh of my face. And it's working pretty well. And we can also see in our scene panel, the face mesh has been added. And we've got some properties for it over here on the right that we can change as well. To add our tattoos, we're going to need to add a material over here. So let's click on this plus, and that will create a blank white material where I'm going to look horrifying for a little while. And then a new...
See, in this example, he didn't write even single line of code. It's a visual programming. Visual programming is nothing but he can visually is whatever he want. He is choosing the options from the scene he is applying. He didn't write not even single line code. Within 1 minute, he has developed a small application using Spark AR. Correct. So you suppose if you are non-programmer, you can use Spark AR.
Material pops over here in our assets panel, and we're going to rename that to tats material because we always label our layers. And now we need to create a texture for this material. To do that, we're going to go over to help and click download face assets. That takes us to this website, and then we can click download the face reference assets here. That downloads this folder, and if we go into textures, we can see a bunch of references. We've got a feminine face here, a masculine face, and a few other references as well. Let's open the masculine face in Photoshop. This is the shape that our texture needs for it to map nicely to our face mesh. So from here, we just need to create a new layer and start drawing our tattoos over the top. We can place images in and then adjust them. The young man whose tattoos I'm referencing is in a spot of legal bother at the moment, so I'm not too worried about being sued for taking his likeness. But just to be on the safe side, let's add a decimal place, so it becomes 6.9. Perfect. Now let's hide that bottom layer so it has a transparent background, and then we can go to File, Quick Export as PNG, and save that. And now we can drag that tats texture into our assets panel. And then we go up and select our tats material, and then we go to its texture over here, click this arrow and select tat texture. And there we are. We've got our face tattoos mapped to our face. They'll move with our eyebrows, and with our mouth as well. And overall,
see in this example, what we have he has done is he has created some tattoo in using Photoshop, and he has bring into transparent like a PNG format. So PNG it support transparent image, so he bring into PNG format. Then he applied in face tracking. So whenever he is moving his face, those tattoos apply wherever he wants. Wherever he is applied, it's applied on the face in real time.
All track pretty nicely. We've got a few options we can tweak down here. I'm going to lower the opacity a fair bit as well, maybe about 70, just so it blends in a little bit more.
Even you can play with opacity, you can scale in, scale up. So there are a lot of attribute features are available in this. See, again, I want to repeat this point. There is you no need to write any single line of coding. It's a visual programming. It support visual programming, so no need to write any coding. You can create AR application within minute using Spark AR.
I'm happy with that. Let's go test it on some of our other faces and tones. Wonderful. These all look very good. I think we've done an all right job. So publish your filters to Instagram and to
So it supports any kind of faces.
Messenger. We need to go up to File and click Export. And from there, we're just going to follow the prompts. From here,
See,
and from there,
you can publish for iOS, Android, and older, and it supports even older Android also. So you can choose where you want to publish.
We're just going to follow the prompts. From here, it will take you to the Spark AR Hub, where you can upload it and have it reviewed by Facebook before they go live. And that usually takes about a day or two. And you also need to create a little icon for your filter as well and upload that. I'm going to show you how to get started.
Next one is AirFrame. So the previous development kit, it supports for mobile and PC, Mac, iPad, iPhone. We have seen that. But if you want to develop AR application for HTML in HTML format for web browsers, we strongly recommend it in AirFrame. AirFrame is a web framework for building 3D AR VR experience. AirFrame is based on top of HTML, so it supports markup language, making it simple to get started. But AirFrame is not just a 3D sense graph or a markup language. The core is powerful entity component framework that provides a declarative, extensive, and composable structure to 3JSs. So it will run any browsers. So it's developed in JavaScript. So it will support any browser. You can Mozilla and Chrome. It support all the browsers. So if you want to run any AR application, you can use these features. And it supports web VR also. The browser should be supported. Like if you want to use any AR application in your mobile, the mobile should be supported by AR features like that. If you want to support your AR application in your browser, the browser should be web VR. The web VR supported browser only you can use AR application. So normal mobile you can't use AR feature. AR supported mobile only you can use AR application like that. If you want to use HTML format AR application, the web browser should be supported by WebVR. WebVR supported web browser only. It will support AR application, A-frame application. The A-frame can be developed from the plain HTML file without having installed anything. So you no need to install any application or any SDK or anything. Just it will run in any HTML file format. Make 3D worlds with HTML and entity component for Quest and Rift, WMR, SteamVR, mobile and desktop. Originally conceived with Mozilla, now maintained by the co-creator of A-frame within Supermedium. So the A-frame compatibility is A-frame support web browser with WebVR. As I said in previous slide, it should be compatible with WebVR, Firefox, Chrome, Edge, and Safari with WebVR. So these browser which supports WebVR, So this browser, if you want to run VR application in browser, you can use any one of this browser: Firefox, Chrome, Edge, and Safari with its WebVR. Make sure it should be with WebVR. Supported VR device are Vive, Rift. Vive is a HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Windows Mixed Reality. That means HoloLens, Daydream, Google Daydream, Samsung Gear VR, and Cardboard, which support all the irrespective of controls. See, main feature of A-Frame is this application. You no need to install any application. For example, if you are developing a VR application in Unity, you need to install. If you are using Oculus device, you need to install Oculus SDK or Steam SDK. It will run through that SDK. But A-Frame, it will run in any browser supported with WebVR. You can see in Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and Mixed Reality. So you no need to install any application. Just a minute. Hello, Sadish. Sadish, now meeting 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes. Oh, okay. See, the main feature is just you can like JavaScript. This is mainly JavaScript, so you can write, you can declare the script tag, and you can write the scripting. HTML is easy to read, understand, and copy and paste begin based on the top of HTML. A-Frame is accessible to everyone: web developer, VR enthusiast, and artist, designer, and educator, and you can use any field. So if you have 3JS and WebVR, WebGL, and JavaScript, you can use it. It supports even cross-platform performance. It will be very good. It's optimized, and it supports Visual Inspector. The next one is Google VR. So Google VR, it's you need SDK. This as the Google VR is the SDK developed by Google. This SDK is intentionally a low-cost system to encourage the industry. Suppose if you have a basic mobile, you can use it with Cardboard. User can either build their own viewer from simple and low-cost components. So you can, suppose if you want any basic experience, you can use this platform of Google VR. Google offer two mobile VR platform: Daydream and Cardboard. Daydream feature high quality mobile VR, ideal for immerse. You can immerse yourself, and Daydream standalone and Cardboard. You can see the picture how it will be. This is the first one is Daydream, and the second one is Daydream standalone. Third one is Cardboard. Cardboard you can make it yourself. Even using some paper, you can make it yourself. It is, and it is very low cost. So supported devices, so you can Daydream platform and Lenovo Cardboard support, and Android. You record Android and developed. You can, it supports Unity software, Unreal, and Android NDK, iOS, and web. And let's look at the main feature is Google VR provide SDK for many popular development environment. The development environment are Android, iOS, Unity, Unreal, and web page. As I said, is it supports all the platform and all the SDK. So let's have a look in the demo video. We came to end of the session. Dear all, if you have any doubts on any question, please put your questions on the chat box, or you can ask those questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, kindly post your queries.
Somebody asked if A-frame is a good. Let me move the.
Okay, sir.
Just a minute. I will stop the presentation.
Okay.
Go to the. Okay. Somebody asked. A-frame is good to hear. Yes, there are a lot of tutorials available on the net. You can go through in the net. If you want, somebody asked feedback link.
So that is shared, sir, actually.
Okay.
Participants, if you have any more queries, kindly share. So there is a question, sir.
Yeah, if we need to develop a VR application, what skills we require? See, as I said, if you want to develop any VR application, this is like a premium industry. Like you need a programming skill, 3D modeling skill, and texturing skill. Those kind of all the skills you require. It's a teamwork. Suppose if you want to develop some basic application, if you want to compromise yourself of the lighting quality and texturing quality, you no need a 3D artist skill. You can write the programming. If you are programming, you can write the programming. So if you know the C#, you can start to write from day one itself.
Any more questions?
Excuse me, sir. You discussed about so many toolkits. In that, you have talked about this ECAR, which happened to be a open source, and it is almost having all the features of 4ER. For that, what kind of programming language we needed for performing all these jobs? Because for Spark AR, you told there is no need for any programming skill needed. But for ECR, is there any specific programming language that we are supposed to be skillful for working?
Yeah, thanks for your question. It's a very good question. See, ECR is a development kit. Suppose you are good in C#, you can use Visual Studio. Sorry, you can use Unity. You can integrate this development toolkit into Unity. You can write the coding in C#. Suppose you are Android developer. You can integrate this SDK into Android Studio, then you can start writing coding in Android Studio. Suppose you are an Unreal Engine developer, you are good in C++, you can you can integrate into Unreal Engine, you can write coding in C++. So this is SDK. So where you can integrate into anywhere, then you can start to using it.
Okay, sir. I understand the difference. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any more questions from the participants? Okay, so if there is no more questions, we shall wind up, sir. Thank you again for another excellent session on AR/VR development toolkit. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much all for staying long time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Dear participants, for your announcements, PPT and videos are uploaded in OneDrive, and the link is shared to your mail ID, that is registered mail ID, and to WhatsApp group also. All other pending PPT materials will be uploaded in the same mail ID. The assessment will be conducted tomorrow as per the schedule. We'll be enabling the link from 2 p.m. onwards and will be closed until 3 p.m. There is a small change in the schedule. Today afternoon's topic, which was already planned as designing engineering applications and building AR/VR mobile applications by Sri Niralgaya Mandal, will be conducted tomorrow at 12 p.m. Instead, today afternoon we'll be having stress management session by Ms. Sindhu, Senior Consultant, ThoughtWorks. I request everybody to rejoin the session at 2:30 p.m. Using the same link. Thank you. Thank you all.